Greetings everyone, my name is Nick and we're looking at the Cycles International Grand Prix Racing on the Commodore Amiga, published by good old Accolade in 1989 and developed by Distinctive Software. It's a single player racing motorcycle motorbike type game. Now you might notice similarities in this to Grand Prix Circuit, which I really love, because essentially it's been reskinned. So instead of Formula 1 cars we've got motorbikes. Hurrah! Also come out on the Commodore 64, DOS, the Amstrad CPC and ZX Spectrum, which I'm sure I'll review at some point. Grand Prix Circuit was the year before. So exactly the same sort of like menu sort of system, practice, single race and championship. We'll put it up to maximum difficulty, see how I get on. Maximum difficulty, you have to control your own gears. This is a racing sim, or aims to be, so it's not like arcade racing like Super Hang-On. Here's our selection of bikes we can drive. In Grand Prix Circuit it was a Williams, Ferrari or McLaren. Here's various powered superbikes. Other racing sims, motorbiking games on the Commodore Amiga and No Second Prize, which is absolutely outstanding. That was based on Polygon Racing, this isn't quite so, and Team Suzuki as well. Looking forward to reviewing this one. It's come from a recommendation because I like Grand Prix Circuit so much. I'm expecting this to play similar, but we'll soon find out, won't we? I'll edit loading times down a bit if they're too long. Right, so it echoes a 1989 Superbike series. Japan all the way through to Brazil. We won't be doing the whole season. I'll see how I'll get on the difficult mode. If that's too difficult, then yeah, I'll go back to beginner. Because I think controlling your own gears on a motorbike as well might be a bit tough. But we're controlling this on joystick. All the other sim games, it had to be controlled on mouse. Right, so qualifying so far. Display very similar to Grand Prix Circuit, so time's ticking up on the right, in the middle is a rear view display, and on the top left, as you know, is a map. So it's all a question of, yeah, so this is tricky to do your own gears at the same time. I should have gone on beginner. Yeah, when you're driving a car, it's a bit different, it's a bit easier to control your own gears here, because I'm trying to lean as well and comment. Yeah, this is too much for me. This is too much for me. Oh well, right. Well, anyway, we're in most difficult mode, so we'll keep going. But I'm not sure what qualifying time this is. We're not really hitting any of the apexes. I'm driving around like a nincompoop. Hooray! Did you have this game? I always ask this. Do you have this game on DOS, Commodore 64, or any of the other systems there on the Commodore Amiga? Here comes a classic Accolade tunnel, which you'll see in Test Drive 2 a lot. And Test Drive. Is it? I'm not sure it appears in Test Drive 1. I can't remember. I should remember. It's definitely in Test Drive 2. Whoops! Taking it a bit wide. Now, unlike Test Drive 1, the windscreen doesn't smash if you crash. But it is possible if you crash into another rider in the race, you get knocked off your bike. And then it's game over. But I'm liking this already. Nice bit of undulation. I do admire a racing game that has undulation programmed into it, so it shows care. The frame rate, it might be my imagination, but the frame rate seems ever so slightly better than Grand Prix Circuit. And I have to say, controlling the bike with a joystick isn't as tricky as I thought it would be, and I'm quite liking this. I don't think you can get the bike to jump up in the air or anything crazy like that, so we'll keep it on the tarmac. Now, I think I selected a bike that was blue, didn't I? And we seem to be red, so it's possible no matter what bike you choose, it looks more or less the same. Right, is that a good lap? Probably not. You only get one lap of qualifying, so that's it. You got to do it then. But do check out my reviews of No Second Prize and Team Suzuki to get a comparison. Can't really compare it to Super Hang-On, because, well, we'll revisit that at some point as a revisited series, but yeah, that's arcade. Right, everyone looks the same with numbers on their back. Right, I don't favour my chances of controlling my own gears and weaving around this group. Right, I'm currently in 7th place, 8th place. 3-lap race this is, if I can survive. And, yeah, that was brief. I over-revved my gearbox and it blew up. That happens in all the Accolade racing games. Test Drive 2, Grand Prix Circuit as well. Yeah, we'll do one more race. If I still can't get the hang of it, which we suspect might happen, then we'll go back to beginner. There's a few races there from 1989 in countries that don't exist anymore. Czechoslovakia, it's now the Czech Republic, and Yugoslavia, which are split up into numerous places. Okay. Right, qualify. Let's try and do a bit better this time. It's knowing what speed you can go around these corners. You can go around them quicker than I'm doing. It's difficult. Sometimes you glance up the map to see there's a tight bend coming up. But yeah, it's nice that that white dot's going around. It's going to be very interesting to play this on the ZX Spectrum at some point to see how that compares. Spectrum didn't do too bad a job of test drive, but its attempt at Grand Prix Circuit was hideous. Hopefully they've learnt a bit here. But I say it wasn't hideous. The selection of sounds weren't good, and it was a bit slow. And also the computer AI ruined it a little bit. But overall, I'm liking this game. I can see some people would hate it. One criticism I'd have to say, it doesn't. Although the bike's leaning left and right there, it doesn't. Almost as if I'm driving a car. You see those skids there, skid sounds. It is handling very similar to the Formula 1 car. It's just a different skin, but anyway. At least it caters for superbike fans now, as well as the Formula 1 people. Right, 1 year later, so they obviously had a bit of a hit with Grand Prix circuits. Well, right, what can we do now? I know, a biking game. We've got the engine, just put a bike. And that cloud, I might be wrong, that cloud looks very familiar. Right, how do we do this time? Hopefully a bit further up on the grid. 1 minute 32.3. And we're 8th. We was up 2 places, that's not too bad. I don't know how many bikes are in this. And we're at Phillip Island in Australia. Is that the Australian flag? I hope so. Right, prepare to race. Finish. This is a short race. No, that's the start, it should say. Go. And everyone's overtaken me. I've got off to a terrible start. I'm in 10th place. Right, we can get these people. As long as they don't weave round the track, we can find our path forward and hopefully cruise to victory. Unless I over-rev it again, which could happen. Don't over-rev it. Here we go. Whoop. Oh god, yeah, right. We're all. It's cool how everyone leans there. Yeah, I can learn how to drive behind these people. Oh, they've accelerated away. What do you think of this game? Do you like it? Yeah. I'm a bit of a sucker, really, because I grew up as a kid playing a lot of the Accolade racing games I've already mentioned. So my brain's automatically tuned to like this, whether it's hideous or not. But I think it's good. It doesn't stand up today, but remember, this is 1989. So this is the late 80s, and a lot of things are different then. Chocolate bars are much bigger, and that's a definite. Right. I can just hear the sounds of the other bikes as I go past, and I've over-revved it again. Right, beginners. We need to get on beginners mode. I need to get to the end of a race. Or a bit further in. Yeah. This championship, I'm going to come 10th every time. Right. Here we go. Get it down to beginner. I'll keep my name as Nick. We'll keep the laps as free. We don't have to drive a penny farthing on the left there. We still get a superbike. Single race. What should we go for this time? Yeah. Next up, I think we'll go for this, 250cc's. That's good enough for beginners, surely. Right, well, it's going to be qualifying and then a proper race this time. Let's go for Holland. A few of you that watch are from Holland, or Netherlands. I love you guys. Right. I think the track's Assen, I think, in the Netherlands. Whereabouts is that? Let me know if this is accurate to that track, if you're aware of it. Let me know. That stadium, that grandstand looks a bit far away, and it's not getting any closer. The tracks all seem quite similar, actually. Or a short tunnel or bridge. They all have grass, and they all have the same rumble strip, and they're all the same width. But yeah. It says it's a sim, but if it come out now, I think they'd class it as an arcade game. Right, we'll cut through here. There's some corners you can like go through really fast. Don't really have to steer too much. Exactly like Grand Prix Circuit on the Amiga. If you haven't watched that one, watch that and compare it with this. Now, I do apologise to people watching from the Netherlands because they do this in all games where it's based, where a track based in Holland. They chuck loads of windmills in. Are there loads of windmills on every race course in the Netherlands? Let me know. But they go overboard. They say, how can we make this look like the Netherlands? I know. We'll chuck loads of windmills in. Look, there's one. Yeah. Might be reflective, might not. But according to games designers, it seems like there's one on every street corner. But let's just get round here. It's a long lap, this track, I think. So it might take a little bit. Or about half. Oh, that's well slow. The same cloud there from the last track. It travels around the circuit. Maybe it's a hidden UFO that's tracking my progress throughout gaming history. That's going to be quite exciting. Maybe. Right. Are we getting better? Might be. Look, I hit the apex there. Hooray! Good. I'm not sure this game rewards that sort of thing. It might do. There's a windmill over there. It's not turning around though. It's a stationary windmill. Maybe it's been clamped. Right, where's the white dot? Are we coming up to the finishing straight now? Whoa! Yep. Shame this hasn't got Monaco. Finish. Boof. Oh, 2 minutes 2. That doesn't sound very quick, but it's in beginner mode, so I might have pole anyway. I'm last. Excellent. I thought I'd have pole, but that goes to Kjell Anders with Max Gray second. Are these real drivers? Let me know as well, possibly. Right, prepare to race. I've got to go all through this mob. Look at this mess. Go. Right, 7th, 6th, 4th. Good acceleration. 4th. Let's get on the podium here. 3rd. I'm in the top 3. In your face. Let's get past these 2 and then it's plain sailing on lap 1 of 3. The rear view mirror is very accurate. Whoops, lost a bit of speed there. Someone cut me on the inside to 4th. Keep them in sight, Nick. Keep them in sight and we should have a chance. If I keep practicing, I'm bound to know the right speed for these bends. Oh, that fella's come round the outside. Number 1. Put me down to 5th. Oh dear, we're going backwards here. I need a long straight. Someone's going to come through surely there. They didn't. We're going to need a long straight so I can get past. Watch out, Accolade Tunnel. A short Accolade Tunnel. I like the long ones. Hug this. Right, we're gaining. Oh, don't crash into the side. If we crash into another bike, we will get pushed off and that'll be game over. But this time, because the gears are automatic, it can't over-rev, so we haven't got that problem to worry about. So it's a lot easier, I say that, it's a lot easier in beginner mode, just worrying about trying to overtake cars, well, bikes, and go the right speed round corners, not like that. Dropped 2 up. Ooh, I thought 2 people come past. I only lost 1 place. Maybe some are drones. The riders are more detailed than no second prize. That's for definite. And I'm on the grass. Get back on. Still maintain 7th. A few bikes behind me. Why do I keep calling them cars? There's bikes behind me. I should, in theory, get better each lap, but yeah. The pack are getting further away from me. Come back, you bikers. What's the correct term? Motorbiking or motorcycling? Speed biking. I'm more into the cars really. Formula 1 and Formula E. Don't watch the bikes as much. Alright, here we go. Straight. Watch me go past. 6th. 5th. But the biking games are pretty good. I haven't played any modern day ones. Is it MotoGP or the modern day ones? Maybe I should get one to compare. But it's probably a bit better than this. Right, 5th place. So I'm going up and down the whole time, and we're on lap 2 if you hadn't noticed. So I'm doing better than last time. The bike hasn't exploded. No damage indicators. It's just one crash and that's it really. There's that cloud. Hello cloud. Or is it a flying saucer as we established? Yeah, good game overall. It's a good game. It's not a sensational game, but I am enjoying it. It's good. It's given me, although I never owned it back in the day, for some reason I'm getting a bit of nostalgia off it. I think it's because the animation's similar to those other games I've played. It's good. I didn't even know it existed back in the day, but there we go. 1 year after Grand Prix Circuit, if you haven't been paying attention, or you skip forward. You might have done. It's the speed there and the gears in the middle, but you probably would have noticed that a long time ago. Are we coming up? No, we've got about a third of the way of lap 2. Then it's 1 lap to go for me to try and pull this out the bag and get a podium position or finish in the top 3, but that's not helping. Cut him on the inside, no. Engine sounds aren't too bad. Feel like I've heard them before. Do get a sense that you are on a bike though. It does lean, although the handling doesn't seem like a bike, but that's just compared to other Amiga games I've played where you're using the mouse for sensitivity to try and get around. That includes Super Hang-On, which is an arcade game, but that's always easier on the mouse. The best version of Super Hang-On I played so far is on the Game Boy Advance. That come on the arcade pack with Outrun, which is good, and a few other ones, Space Harrier and the other one. The other one in a Tomcat, which I can't quite remember. What is it called? Air something. Yeah. Okay, let's go round here. I'll remember it after the review. Lap 3. And someone hit us from behind there. There's no getting out of that. Toe to pit. And that font, the red font, is exactly the same as Test Drive 2. Well, anyway, I hope you liked having a look at that game. That was the Cycles International Grand Prix Racing. I really liked it, I really did. It's published by Accolade in 1989, developed by Distinctive Software. If you've got anything to say about that game, then by all means put it below. Appreciate you watching it. And until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.